Hello everybody, JT here. Today video will be a little bit off topic about CAM softwares, alright? Today I want to talk about the 3D model and the print, especially the print. When engineer or whoever make the print, make the model and have the machinist make the part for you. Over the last 15 years I work, I have seen some good print, but most of the time I don't see good print when they hand to a machinist when they want the machinist do excuse me. Excuse me there. So when they hand the machinist the print to do the work for them, they don't give enough information or the print is not good, and then the machinist have to find that person and ask question, and just I think it just waste of time when that person, the designer or the engineer who made that print, take a second look or third look at at their work and see what missing, what's supposed to be or what not, and then we can eliminate a lot of waste time there. I don't mean to upset any engineer or people make the print for machinist to do. I mean, I'm not good at the print. I'm not good at all those technical detail because I don't know a lot. But when I look at the print, I see what print is good, what print is not. It just helped me to do my job better, faster, easier. Because why do you have to make hard on yourself when the machine does everything, and then you have to you know work harder to find each detail when it's not necessary, right? And again, don't take offense to my saying here in this video. If you are not doing this, it just maybe it will help you to like make better print, make better model, or for those machinists out there that doesn't have a lot of experience, just started out, or somebody doesn't like know a whole lot. I hope this video can help you too. So let's see, I just make it model quick here and put some detail on the print, and then see what I can talk about, and then we can start from there. All right, so I dimension out here it's fairly good, but I mean, take no offense here because I'm not a good cat people, so I'm just doing good at my job, which is machine stuff for you. So all right, so let's talk about some dimension here. Let's say for this one, let's just say this one, when you dimension this, that I know is four of this whole are the same, right? And then I know this is all those four holes for this dimension and tolerance, right? And size, something like that. But some, I've seen some doesn't put like a 4x in here, which is for me, I think it's still fine. But what if, don't you think it easier just to put a 4x in there, and it only take you a second to put a 4x in there, and the machine it understand all of these without even looking at the 3D model, right? So that's the first. The second one is the dowel pinhole, all right? So I put two of these dimension out here, which is I think this is much better, easy to understand, right? So when you see that icon, you know it's a down hole, and you see the dimension here with the torrent, you know that the press fit for this down hole, right? Uh, Again, with the 2x, 4x, something like that, yes, it's much better for me to understand two of these holes the same this, right? Let's just say if you put 1x, I mean, technically, I still understand it two would be the same. By looking at the model, the 3D model, I can see the same, but it's just easier for me to look at the print here and I say, oh, this is two the same. I do the same like this. And with this dimension here, with this dimension, excuse me, uh, I have seen engineer make the dimension, make the torn like this, right? So let's say if your print is with 3 decimal place, it plus and minus 5,000. And then when you dimension like it, even though it is a down hole icon here, the symbol, but if you dimension only like this, I mean, technically I can just drill it. I don't have to ream it. And then you still have the hole within your torrents, right? But in reality, it's a bad hole because you want a down hole, you want a pred fit, and then you dimension like this. And when the machinist look at this, I mean, for me, I don't do this. I have to ask again. But for me, if I can't get the hole of the guy who made it, I'll just drill it. And therefore, you have a bad part, right? So if, and I have seen people talking about lean, or I've seen people talking about making part better, faster, more efficient, or something like that. And then their engineer make the print, make the part is, like doesn't give the machinist enough information or give a bad information for the machinist to do. So, okay, so back to this. This is down hole too, but it's not this icon, right? But not this symbol, but it's still a down hole, right? Even though I see it just a regular hole, but when I look at it, I know this is a dimension for a what is it, slip hole, slip fit hole. Therefore, I'll make this one at this dimension and at these tolerances. I mean, unless this is just a regular hole and you just do this for fun, and then therefore, you just waste, the machinist time. But, that's how good of an engineer when they put information on the print, and how easy for the machinist to do their job when they look at all this information and see how they're gonna do the part, how they're gonna make the part. And the more information you put on the print, the better for them to understand what they're supposed to do. Okay, so next topic is tap hole, right? Let's say in the model, in SolidWorks or whatever software you use, you just this tap hole, you make it through. But in reality, the tap hole is not through, right? Let's just say in this side or it on the other side. I put it on the other side so got a front and back, something like that, right? Right. But let's say if it's not a through hole, I mean, it can be the real hole can be through, but the tap, you don't need to tap through, and then modify it, put something here. So at the machinist, I don't have to tap all the way through. The reason why, let's say this is 1 inches, and let's pretend this one is stainless steel, right? And then you want the 830 tap all the way through. I cannot tap with the machine through here, so I have to hand tap it, right? Let's say if this one are only 5, but let's say if you have 10 tap hole in there or 20 tap hole in there, Do you know how long that I have to hand tap to tap through all this? But the worst thing is you don't need to. You only need, let's say, 2 or 300, right? To bolt on, let's say, something that bolt on here, and you only need a little bit of tap to hold that piece in one place. I mean, it either side this side or this side, right? When you don't need to tap through it, don't put it there tap too. Tap through all, because the machinist see this, he gonna tap too, and back to about lean and fast, making fast part. Why do I take this part so long to finish? Because I mean, I may finish this 1 hour, but I spend 2 or 3 hours manually tap all these two hole, because just one mistake you make here, but the part is going to take like 2 or 3 times longer. So back to those who make the print, make the dimension and all this stuff. After you dimension, after you finish, think, right? Oh, do I need that? Take a second look or take a third look and see if you really need to or not. And then you just make the machinist life, much easier. Okay. And back to this one, let's say this one, I put 250 typical. It means that, at the machinist, if you put this at the machinist, I understand all these radius are the same. And then, when I select a tool, I know what tool is going to fit in here and what not. So I don't need to check every radius. And with this information here, I know that all are the same, right? Okay. So go over here, the same, back to the same with the thread, what side you need the tab put on, and then put on that side, right? Dimension on that side, give torrent on that side, and then we as a machinist understand, oh, this one is through hole, but it's gonna be tapped on this side instead of the other side. And since it only half in down, I don't have to go all the way through. Therefore, you know, you or the company will save a lot of time, right? So I think you get the idea, but that's how the machinists look at the print and understand what they supposed to do. Back again with this, even though I don't have the model, the 3D model, with this I don't know if it go through or not. But if you dimension something like this, then I know this is go through and this is the radius of that slot. Okay. And yeah, and something like this, so they have a visual like what it look like. Okay. All right, so let's see what else do I talk. Okay, as you can see, I don't dimension every whole location of this print or this part. Why? Because I work with the model. I make the program from the 3D model. So I have to trust the machine that machine this location here good. Let's say if I put the origin in the center, and then each hole from the center out location, it should be good, because I trust the machine to do good. So but let's say if this slot here you want exactly from here to here, let's say half in plus couple of thousand minus nothing, right? Minus nothing, let's say. And then at the machine it, when I see that dimension, I need to check, right? And see if it not, or if it is, or if it bad, then I have to check. But again, you don't have to put the dimension out here for me to understand from here to here, because if not, and then I will go with the print torrent, which is normally plus and minus 5,000. And if you want precision location from here to here, exactly what you want, plus couple thousand minus zero and then put it on there. But don't simple don't simplify the print dimension or don't overcrowd it, right? So put in something you turn it important so the machine it make it, check it, make sure everything right. I've seen some print, like not some but a lot. They do like this, right? Or they don't even put anything. They just put the outside dimension, something like this, right? And then they just put a couple or something like this, and then that's it. But for me, I think that's not a good print because I don't see this stuff. How do I know? What do I supposed to do? And then I have to find you and then ask you for it. Or if I think this is, even though it's a downhole, but with this torn I can just reel it and I make a pet part, and then therefore it's gonna be making all over again. So by no mean I don't want to offend anybody. I am not a best dimensioner or best drawer or anything, but if you are engineer, if you make the print for the machinist to do, make it dimension as much as you can, as good as you can, and then look again or take a second look or third look and see all the information you put on there is good enough or not good enough. And I don't think it takes you long because when you design, you know what you're doing. You know what's supposed to be, what it need to be, what precision hole or what feature is important or what need to check, right? So it doesn't take you long to put all those dimensions out and then just make the machinist life easier. And if you talk about lean or if you talk about make the part better, faster, something like that, then don't put something that not necessary. Don't put something that make it harder for the machinist to do. Okay. So let me conclude this video and then hope I don't offend anybody there, and I hope that I don't upset those engineer who make the bad print. It's just something, if you see this video, then just something, hopefully something you can learn, you can make better, you can do better at your job. That's my purpose, right? And my purpose also for the easier doing their job of those machinists out there when you have a good print. That should be all. And if you hate something, comment down there if you like it, and then also comment down there too, so I know what useful and what not, and then I can make more video. I'll see you guys next time, and have a good day then. Goodbye.